Okay, listen. I know that I'm not the de facto COD zombie YouTuber here, and I'm just a guy in a not basement, a guy in a small room making YouTube videos for a halfway hobby. But I want to talk about B06 and The Reckoning and the Easter egg ending. I want to talk about all of that and just how all of that really is going to make or break this experience for B07. I'm talking about in the sense of how it is, how it all ended. As you know, it's been out for a day now, a day or two. Janice Towers, the one map that we kept seeing in the background, the alarm blaring since Liberty Falls. I feel like how it ended was different, a good difference, not a bad different. The two endings in the two boss fights, I haven't seen that kind of pick your own side since B02. With Barry and pretty much the whole Victus side story. We had to choose between, Richtofen or Max's. It's kind of, I guess, a funny way of saying that. But I feel like how it ended really does put a lot in question. I've been seeing on Reddit and I've been seeing on Twitter and YouTube and other YouTube videos like, No Name Here, Black Ops Amazing, Dalek JD, Codename Pizza, so on and so forth, that people are either siding with Richtofen or siding with Sam. And it's kind of curious to see that, mainly because I guess if you're sitting there since Cold War and you're like, man, Richtofen is a bad guy. He's the director of Janice. He did all this just to trap Sam in the Dark Ether. He pretty much put Requiem team, which is Weaver, Strauss, Raptor 1, Gray, Carver, and who else was with them, into containment. And B06's whole storyline was just trying to get to Richtofen and kill him and get revenge. He did all of this, but now doing Shattered Veil's Easter egg and knowing the truth about what happened. Hell, this was played on back in Cold War when Samantha was just grilling out Weaver for that failed op they had, that failed hit against a certain person, which come out to be was the director, Richtofen himself, which caused the deaths of not only his wife but his son, and left them gravely wounded for a while. And the fact that Richtofen did all this to keep them under watch, he did this as revenge while also trying to get back his wife and son, is crazy. It's cool to see that kind of branching storyline besides the aforementioned Cold War tape of Victus crew being somewhere. Not Victus crew, no, it wasn't it wasn't Cold War, I think it was B04. It was one of those tapes, but most likely Cold War, that had someone mentioning that it was in a dark place and it was very dark and those roaches crawling with roaches. I remember seeing it a couple years ago and everyone was just like, it's the Victus crew. They're like the only crew that Treyarch has never touched since B04. And I will agree, as a side tangent, I will agree that the complete hoization against Victus crew is just disgusting, in the sense of what did Victus do to deserve this and why did they deserve to get punished? Because it don't make no sense that we're sitting on a whole crew that's in the Dark Ether, might I add, and then we don't touch them. I'm only questioning in the sense of why does Craig or whoever currently directing zombies don't want to touch them? What's wrong with the Victus crew? Are they dead? I mean, at this point, I'd rather just take a little Easter egg intel clip of just saying they found 4 bodies of people who were not from this timeline. I'd rather just take that. I'd rather know that the Victus crew is dead than be lost in the Dark Ether. Because what the hell happened to them? Where are they? Are they alive? Are they dead? Are they just there, just roaming the forgotten zombie maps with Dr. Monty, who's probably still there and still equally as pissed? Because I don't really count Vanguard as an experience separate, and everyone was theorizing that Monty was killed in the Dark Ether, or Cortifex killed him, or something happened to Monty. But I'm game beside myself. But the fact that Richtofen wanted just to bring back his wife and son, it's kind of wholesome. It's really wholesome, Yeah, he wanted to pack up Weaver and them, but that's honestly just more secondary. I bet a lot of contention will happen at Samantha and Richtofen's endings and who you're choosing for. Because, unapologetically Shattered Veil and now The Reckoning has pretty much confirmed and told us that Sam was just using us just to get her own body back. and The Reckoning telling us that after Forsaken and Cold War, Sam is pretty much is dead. And that's kind of like a gut punch to pretty much know that B06 as a whole, outside of, you know, trying to kill Richtofen, is for nothing. Bringing back Samantha was never on the plate. She's been dead. She's died to the Forsaken. And that's kind of a slap in the face to have that as a main objective. Find Richtofen, make him pay for his crimes, and bring back Samantha, who's dead. So now we got AI Samantha who's trying to take her body and be the new Samantha. And Richtofen's just like, you know, she used you guys. All that zombie fighting, all that killing and shit, she did that for the Sentinel artifact and all that. She did that for the love of the game. I just want my family back. Then I get you, Richtofen, but let's forget, you're still not off the shit list with half the people here. Weaver may have now turned a certain heel turn with the revelation that he killed his family. I'm surprised that that Reckoning didn't offer any like, I guess, dialogue with the others, being like, I kind of wish they could have just split on the ideas. Like maybe Maya and Weaver could have been separate on the idea, or maybe Maya and Gray. No, like Weaver and Gray should have been separate on helping Maxis. Weaver's doing this to atone for his sins of killing Richtofen's family. Gray siding with him solely because knowing that Sam AI has tricked him, doesn't really want to help her anymore because the person she loved is dead, so there's literally no point. At least try to make a right. No, two wrongs don't ultimately make a right now. You know, maybe Carver and Maya could side together. Maya just for the love of the game. Carver's just like, I still want to kill Richtofen. We still suffer because of him. So if anything, fuck that guy. I wanted to see the split beliefs, but I think the reason it didn't work was because of Maya. I mean, after Citadel des Morts, what did we really need Maya for anymore? Like, Maya's character can be described as for the love of the game. I'm only here for the love of the game. If Peck could have been the fourth in slot. And honestly, I wish he was. I wish it was just Peck. Because hell, he gets more lines in the comms than Raptor 1 or Strauss or Ravenov, who doesn't show up until Citadel des Morts. And Peck's is like, damn, Weaver, I'm surprised he didn't blow my damn brains out in between these maps. And Weaver's just like, I'm still thinking about it. Keep talking, I'm still thinking about it, you know. It gets easier every time you open your mouth. I guess my question is wondering, now that everything's been said and done, where do we go from here? With the ending of The Reckoning showing us these multiverse versions of Primus Crew, of Richtofen, Nikolai, Takeo, and Dempsey, you know, what's happening going forward? You know, like, you know, we know at the end of Mothra Z, we saw Carver, Strauss, Gray, and Weaver down the table. We don't see Maya. Because I think I don't know if anyone asked that, but what happened to Maya and Raptor 1 and Ravenov in the Modern Warfare side, you know? What happened to Modern Warfare 3's version of them? Where did they go after all this? The Ravenov just gave up and... No, he was there in Modern Warfare Z. He was there with Ava. But what happened to Maya and Peck? You know, Raptor 1, did they die? Did they die trying to help them? Did they retire? Did Maya just say, fuck it, I quit, I'm leaving? Did they finally kill Peck? Because, you know, maybe just for the love of the game? What happened to them? But here in the B07 side, I'm wondering what's going to happen to them now. Because now, Raptor 1, Strauss, Peck, you know, and Ravenov are still on the other side. Richtofen and his family are there, or the Sam ending when Sam gets her body. What's happening to them? Are they going to figure out what's going to go on from there? And what's going to happen with Weaver and them now they're in this alleged Dark Aether, which I'm assuming that's what they're at right now, in the Dark Aether, with these new Primitive Ultimate versions of themselves. I wonder. There's a lot of questions here, a lot of just thoughts of what's going to happen. But I think the one thing that got me to talk about this video was just the Reckoning just inadvertently just recreated the multiverse as I predicted. I predicted this a long time ago, ever since freaking Modern Warfare 3 Zombies came out. And I know other people probably have too. I'm just the small like puddle in the big ass lake of zombie creation content, you know. But I was thinking that at the end of B06's zombie storyline, I had a feeling that they were going to restart the multiverse in some weird way, and at the end of it, where they got set up by the summoning key, and they see the big old like swirly thing in the sky, I feel like they finally did it. They restarted the multiverse. You know, it's not Dr. Monty, but they re-kickstarted it. So now it's just no longer the Dark Ether storyline. This is going to be like the rebooted, the true proper reboot. Or this could be the Dark Ether saga, you know? Like, because now we have Cold War, we have B06. I don't count MWZ because that's just, to me, MWZ is just a divergent universe like how B04 was. And Vanguard is just more of a prequel of anything else, a prequel of Divergent, because B06 doesn't really touch on anything Vanguard related except for Kraft, who was in friggin' Vanguard. That's the only thing. We don't hear about no Court effects. We don't hear anything about Alistair Rhodes. I mean, besides the whole Sentinel artifact thing, which I still feel like it's wasted potential that B06 merged the Chaos stuff with this timeline, but we have no conclusive ending to what happened to the Chaos story. You know, another zombie story that was interesting, and then just left us with a fat middle finger and a turd on our plate. And they said it since Vanguard they were not gonna continue the Chaos story, and it's just like, then what the fuck? At least give us some bullshit side panel comic about how everything went. Then Diego, you know, killed Bruno and Shaw. Does Scarlet wake up? Are they alive? What happened with the Chaos story, bro? It's been years. You just can't edge me for 3 hours and then just like, sorry, Chaos story's never coming back. Fuck you. Goodbye. Here's the Dark Ether storyline. I don't give a fuck about the Dark Ether storyline. The Dark Ether storyline only got interesting at Cold War because I like how they started pulling all the old shit from the old timeline into the new timeline. B06, NWZ, and Vanguard completely walked away from it, and Vanguard only gets one exception because of Shino Numa, because Vanguard was a shitty ass zombie experience. And the only reason they even saved it was because of Shino Numa Reborn and the Wonder Waffle DG2, the second most overly used wonder weapon outside of the damn ray gun original. I'm sorry. I'm not wrong when I say this. I'm not wrong when I say that. I'm just gonna be honest. Black Ops 7 better lock the fuck in. It has to. It needs to. Because if the content cycle for B06 is over and B07 is around the corner for this year, we're chopped. Because it's just like, bro, you need to lock in. You gotta get serious with this. This can't just be, oh, here's some more maps, fuck you, goodbye. No, B07 has to be the BO2 of the zombie era. It needs to be. It needs to be the BO2. I want it to play like BO2, but have the zombies of BO3. And now take that as I'm not glazing BO3 zombies, because I think the rose tinted glasses are blinding people enough as it is. BO3 zombies, for as amazing as it was, still had a lot of fuck ups, and not just either maps and glitches and bugs and stupid ass door prizes from Zest Above Noshima, from Easter egg steps. BO3 was a complete clusterfuck, but the only reason why people glaze it now is because it was just better than BO4, better than Vanguard, better than Cold War, better than BO6, better than MWZ. That's the reason why they glaze it. It's just better than those. But I think B07 will be its magnum opus. I have predictions that B07 will be the return to form for zombies. Because since it's going to be Treyarch's second game in a row, I'm pretty sure it won't, you know, well, I mean, I might just eat my fucking hat here, but since it's the second game in a row, they might just continue what they're working on now. Things they say for BO7, no, they probably scrap from BO6. So anything that could probably do in their favor, they could have a net positive bonus. Hell, possibly some super Easter egg with it. You know, if you started with Maxis, you probably get like a Maxis, map or something. Inside Richtofen, you get a Richtofen inside that map. I don't know what's gonna happen with BO7. I'm just hoping that Activision will not fuck this game up, and then everyone's all like, B06 is dead because of their new collabs. It's like, oh my god, Call of Duty is not realistic anymore? What? Are you smoking crack rock? Are we forgetting about B03's Whip and Nene? They did the Whoop and Nene in B03. Lock the fuck in. We had eras when we did the Modern War. We did the World at Wars. We went to the future. We went to the past. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that Call of Duty is not realistic. We play zombies. We're fighting zombies on the moon. Get the fuck out. But anyway, that's gonna be it for the rest of this evening. I'm sorry, I just had to just talk about just B06 as a whole and just talk about zombies and just say how awesome it was. I personally, despite the systems, despite the flaws, B06 is still leagues better than MWZ's Warzone zombies and still leagues better than Vanguard. Cold War zombies is still personally a good time sink. You know, if I don't want to overly dick ride B03 zombies, B01, you know, Infinites, World War II's, World at War, B02's, you know, Extinction, you know, if I don't Advanced Warfare, if I don't want to dick ride those, I don't mind just running up some Outbreak. Because I think the best thing that came out of Cold War Zombies was Outbreak. The one interesting thing, you know? Everyone always wanted open world zombies and they give it to us and like, oh, this is dog shit. Oh, you job, folks. Like, nah, it was good. It was interesting. Yes, I believe that sometimes the formula was never broken and they should never have fixed it. But I also believe that we do need some level of innovation. Without innovation, we're going to start playing the same thing. And I know, it's split. People want new things, people want the old things. I think when B07 comes around, they'll have everything fully realized, fully optimized, and fully, you know, understandable. What people want, what people don't want. Because I believe that it'll be best. But to wrap everything up, that's it. Alright, I just want to talk about that. Potentially new video come dawn. I'm on vacation for the next 7 days, so I'm gonna actually dig deep and actually focus on everything. But until then, I have been your lovely host with the most, and I bid you adieu.